Joe Peretti, the dealer who is ready to trade.
Thank you for choosing Peretti Family Dealers for your next vehicle purchase. Today we have our pre-owned 2019 Land Rover Range Rover Supercharged. This vehicle features a silver exterior with the chrome accents, as we can see back here, with our supercharged bagging and the Range Rover letters. As we come to the side, we see that we have our 21-inch wheels with the split spoke design, and of course they have the Land Rover emblem in the center. Coming back to the front of the vehicle, we get a good look at that grille, and let's take a look at the interior. Hopping into the interior of our Range Rover, we see that we have a completely ebony interior with some black gloss veneer accents. The vehicle does include the Meridian surround sound system, which adds 2 subwoofers standard, as well as seat memorization for our fully electronically controlled, heated and cooled front row seats, which feature a perforated leather design going down the center. Looking at the floor, we see that we have our Range Rover all-weather protection mats already installed, and as we take a seat, we see that we have a completely digital display located just behind the steering wheel, as well as a heads-up display located on our windshield. On the steering wheel itself, we see that we have our heated steering wheel button, lane keeping assist, radar cruise control, and voice recognition. The vehicle does include blind spot monitoring as well. And in the center, we see that we have our Touch Pro Duo screen display, which does have wired Apple CarPlay or Android Auto capabilities and allows for you to control vehicle settings down below and media settings up top. If we look at our gear shift, we see that below that we have our air suspension controls, drive mode selector, cup holders with extra storage space underneath, and in our center console we see that we actually have a cooler located inside. Next to that, we see that we have 2 USB charging ports and a 12-volt charging port. If we were to look up, we see that we have our HomeLink rear view mirror, which can be paired with up to 3 different garage doors, our roadside assistance and SOS button, and then last but not least, we have our very large panoramic sunroof that stretches all the way to our back seats. Let's go take a look at those back seats. Hopping into the back seats, we see that we have a continuation of that lovely all-black interior. The side doors for the passengers do include blind spot monitoring, as well as a couple of extra controls to help them stay comfy back here. And if we take a look at our back seats, we see they are in great condition with no rips, stains, or tears anywhere to be seen, and they share the same perforated leather design as the front. Looking at the floor, we see that we have our Range Rover mats already installed, and behind our headrest, we have our entertainment system installed. Now, if we take a seat inside, we see that back here we get 2 independent vents for your backseat passengers, independent climate controls, the HDMI inputs, as well as 2 USB inputs, 2 12-volt charging ports, and my favorite, a actual 110 AC socket down there. Now, if we drop down our middle seat, we see that we also gain access to 2 cup holders and a little bit of extra storage space with our remote inside. Now, let's check out the trunk space on our Range Rover. Taking a look at the back of our Range Rover, if we pop open the trunk, we see that we have a split tailgate, which does open on the bottom as well. And back here, we have a couple of accessories, including our tire pressure gauge, Land Rover first aid kit, the wheel locks for the vehicle, as well as a cargo cover to help protect the fabric underneath. And we do have a couple of controls to control our seats, the air suspension, and of course we have another AC outlet back here.